This is Rock and Roll Grad School with your hosts, Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling. Beth can hear them calling, but she won't pick up the phone.
Hello, kiddies. We're going to have a real good time together because this week we are digging deep into the archives. And that's not because we have run out of people to talk to, although it might seem that way. We are bringing up, and it's from our other show, and I think it's something that everyone needs to hear. And I think this is the perfect time of year for it. Do you know who it is?
No.
It's Mini Kiss.
Yes.
So since we spoke with them, they've set a world record, and they are just going back out on the road again.
Fantastic. Much like not Mini Kiss.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think Mini Kiss has a end of the road tour going.
I don't think so.
So we are big fans, and we talked to the Mini Demon.
Yes.
So I just thought,
no, this is the perfect time of year for Mini Kiss.
I mean, any time of year is perfect time, but this year feels especially.
True. It does. I'm excited that we're bringing them out.
Yeah. And then the other thing I saw, I don't know if you saw this today, and I don't know how I feel about it. There's going to be a new Beatles song by year's end.
Okay, so I saw the headline, but I haven't read the article yet because I've been running.
Yes. So Paul McCartney is promoting his new photography book that just came out. He got a hold of, so when they got together in, when was that, 95, 96, the Threedles, if you will.
Yes.
They worked on 3 songs. Real Love, Free as a Bird, which are the 2 that they released. And then this third song, which, where's the name of it? Now and Then is what everyone thinks it is. And it's one that John had recorded on like a tape deck on top of his piano, like very, very lo-fi. And supposedly the story goes, they worked on it for like an afternoon and were like, this just isn't working. The audio's too crappy, and set it aside. Through their work on Get Back, Peter Jackson has been able to separate the noise, the piano, and John's vocal into 3 different tracks.
Wow.
And so you can remove a lot of the hiss. And that's the thing that allows Paul McCartney now to do the duet with John when I think it's Staying Alive. Is that right?
Yeah, which I love.
So I don't know. I think it's the Beatles moniker that gives me pause.
I agree.
I don't know how you add George to this.
Right.
Like you can add Ringo. He'll come in, say peace and love, play the drums for 5 minutes, say peace and love, and then leave again.
Yes.
That's his job.
Which we just got tickets to his show last night.
Ooh, very nice. When's he coming around?
September.
Oh, lovely. And you already have John on tape. I'm assuming Giles Martin is doing this, so it's going to sound like the Beatles. I just feel like we're missing George.
We're always missing George, so it's George.
Yeah, and I don't know how. I think the AI headline is the thing that makes everyone really squeamish, which I completely understand.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, that's happening. But I don't know how, and they're pushing it as like the last Beatles record.
No, I don't like that. That's not accurate.
It's not. Abbey Road was the last Beatles record, right? So, but Mini Kiss.
Mini Kiss.
Mini Kiss. We got that going for us.
We got Mini Kiss.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
How did Mini Kiss get started? How did you guys connect?
Mini Kiss, oh God, it had to be over 20 years ago. We were doing a club in Manhattan called the Lava Lounge. And we did them every year. You know, we did elves, leprechauns. And the owner had called me up and said, can you do something different this Halloween for me? And at that point in time, me and my mom, we were moving from one house to another. Make a long story short, I was grabbing back then we had vinyl, it was in the 80s, and I was grabbing my vinyls, and I came across my Kiss Alive album, and I was like, wait a minute, how about Mini Kiss? So I called him up, I think his name was Larry, and I said, how about Mini Kiss? And that's how it started. He called me the day after the show, The place was packed. In fact, the fire department came, FDNY, and almost shut them down because there were too many people. And he said the next day the phones were off the hook looking to book this band called Mini Kiss. And I guess it all snowballed from there.
You guys were a success just right out of the gate.
I mean, they were like a Don Juans would hire us to stand on the bar, and we were wearing like raggedy wigs and clothes. We weren't like on top. We were just new at it, and they would give us some drinks and a meal, maybe $50 each. We paid our dues.
So you weren't riding high, yeah.
yeah. I mean, we were living off crumbs, and like people down south would start to book us, and we'd have to drive there. Like of course now we get airlines, hotel rooms, and limos, and whatever, but we paid our dues, sleeping in the car, eating 50-cent hamburgers. We went through the trenches, but yeah, I mean, it was definitely a hit from day one, but it took time. And of course the commercial, that was just that just gave us the golden arches, the Big M and Mini Kiss.
How long did it take you to learn all the music? Were you already familiar? I mean, obviously you had the Kiss Alive album, but were you a big fan? Were you?
I was always a Kiss fan. Yeah, I played guitar, I played drums, with no lessons. I tried some Little People bands, but nothing really panned out. And I just came across Mini Kiss, and I got to do what I love to do, And so I always loved Kiss. I knew their music inside out, outside in. I knew everything about Gene and his whole history. So I guess with the makeup and the pyrotechnos, it just, of course, Kiss has their own cult following. And I never expected this, but it worked.
That's phenomenal. That was one of my questions, actually, is, obviously in addition to the persona and the music, you do the pyrotechnics. You still do them?
We just do the flash paper because,
Okay.
There's a lot of, regulations out there, of course, because of...
Of course. But that would have been the part that, that's something I've always been curious about. How do you decide you're going to try and see if you can breathe fire? It's a big move.
No, we just do the flash paper. Of course, I spit out the blood like Gene. So, we do all that up there. We try to really do everything Kiss does. Of course, we add our own little twist into it.
And I would assume playing in a cover band is almost harder than being a group play originals, because the fans are expecting you to adhere closely to, they're paying to see a version of Kiss.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
They don't want you going off on your 20-minute jazz odyssey.
No.
They want to hear God of Thunder.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got to do the best we can to imitate Kiss. Now,
what do you focus on a particular era, or do you just do the entire oeuvre of the band?
We have their early music to the 80s. We put all their hits in the set list. I mean, I've gone to tribute shows and shows myself, and I've seen some bands that have so much material and they play like the B-sides, we want to keep this high energy, so we try to play all of their hits, that everyone's going to, because our crowds range from the age 18 to 70. So when you get the kids that are in their 20s and 30s, they don't know too many Kiss songs. They'll know Rock and Roll and maybe Beth,
Right.
But you throw Deuce in there, they're like, what? But as long as it's high energy, so we try to keep it as high energy as possible. So our set list has basically been the same for the past 20 years, I guess. Well, definitely for the past 10 years.
You don't try to shake up the set list at all and just, for your own sort of like, hey, let's just make sure we don't get bored doing this. Let's keep it interesting.
Well, what we do, okay, I'm not going to tell you which song, but we do
It
throw
rhymes with.
Oh, Lord. But we do throw in a cover from a different band from the 80s, towards the middle of the set. We'll say something like, we're going to take you back, way back to the 80s of rock and roll. And, one of the guys gets dressed up, and I'll give you a hint, GNR. There you go.
Nice.
Gotcha.
And that will get, because if it's a younger crowd and they're not really, they're starting to lose interest, and right back into because everybody knows, the 80s Guns N' Roses. That'll
Right.
just bring them right back to where we had them. So, yeah, we break it up just a little bit. You have to.
Right. How into it do the fans get? Or is it like they're playing a part too? Where
The fans, we got fans that come dressed with makeup on, T-shirts on, costumes on. it's almost like a Kiss concert. You look at the audience, you're like, wow, like these are a lot of them are diehard Kiss fans. We just did West Virginia, the Wheeling Casino, and they had 500 seats. They had another four said they had almost 1,000 people sold out.
Wow. I would imagine you have fans that follow you from location to location too.
We have people that tell us, we drove 3 hours to come here and see you tonight. Yeah. So again, that's why we try to keep it high energy, and you'll have your critics, and that's okay. That comes with the business. If you can't take criticism, then you can't be in entertainment.
Well, and Kiss has done such a good job of shrugging off any criticism over the years and just saying, like, look, this is what we are. If you like us, you get it. If you don't like us, you clearly don't get it. And
right. Well, I think like Gene says, any exposure is good exposure,
Yeah.
Certainly capitalized on that.
Have you ever seen the band or members of the band do something? The Kiss casket comes to mind and think, come on, guys, you're making us look ridiculous.
God. I really have to say no. Everyone's everyone's so on top of these guys love this. Listen, in order for you to get on a plane and travel from here to LA, New York to LA, and get a few hours sleep, you got to love what you do,
Mm-hmm.
And these guys, like, everyone practices, everyone, they keep upgrading their costumes and adding things on. Like Minnie Peter just bought these gloves that they're a strobe. So when he does his solo, he puts his glove from his hand. I don't have it. It's all electric. And there's a whole big strobe light in the audience as he does his solo.
That's awesome.
We keep adding on additional things to make it more exciting,
That's fantastic. How many shows a year do you play on average?
On average, 40 to 50.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
Not too shabby.
No.
I'll take it.
No. Yeah, definitely.
It's a nice balance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned sort of one of the highlights, or the thing that really made you guys feel like, all right, we've achieved this level of success, was that you got to meet and play with the real Kiss on this Super Bowl commercial for Dr. Pepper.
That was, nothing. We did Mall Cop with Kevin James. That was cute. He's a great guy. It was a great movie, and unfortunately, they cut out the part. We did Detroit Rock City. We did it for like 16 hours. They taped it. They cut it out for some reason, and that happens. But he had us in the movie. But the highlight of the career was definitely meeting Kiss.
What was that moment like? Like, had they heard of you? I mean, what that first time you see each other?
Yeah, Gene actually, he let us on his Family Jewels. Actually, we were on the very opening of the episode. I forgot what episode it was, and his daughter Sophie and Nick walked into the nightclub in LA. I forgot which nightclub, that famous nightclub. A Whiskey Go-Go.
Whiskey, yeah.
They walked into the nightclub, and Minnie Kiss was playing on stage, and we brought his daughter, and we brought them on stage with us, and we did rock and roll, and Gene actually added on his show.
That's awesome.
So they're supportive of you, and
Gene's a very, very, very suave businessman. He knows what he's doing, and
brilliant.
I'm sure he knew once he put us in that commercial with Dr. Pepper, he knew Minnie Kiss would probably be around forever. So I'm sure we have his blessing. In fact, he's coming to New York in August, and he gave me some tickets to go, me and the boys.
And this is their farewell tour. Are you guys planning on saying farewell, or are you going to just carry on the Kiss banner?
Farewell. Kiss is gone. Now you got Minnie Kiss. There's no farewell here.
So I have to fangirl for a minute and tell you that I saw you in Pontiac, Michigan a long time ago. Probably was close to 20 years ago. And my ex had your poster on his fridge. And we're still really good friends. I lived there for years, moved out. It is still on his fridge to this day. He just sent me the picture this morning. So you have been in my kitchen for years and years and years. And you will remain there. Yeah.
Good to know.
And we're in Detroit, so that's even better.
We don't question a good thing. All we know is it works. We have fun with it. The people seem to have fun with it. And, as long as God gives us the chance, we'll keep doing this.
I love it. So when you're not rocking out, what kind of music do you listen to outside of Kiss?
I love 80s, 70s rock, classic rock. I love everything. I go from hip hop to disco to, I listen to all kinds of, I'm open to any kind of music. But mostly, 80s, 70s and 80s rock, like Boston, Frampton. I mean, I love all that stuff.
Do you ever get tired of the makeup?
No.
No?
No, I wish we could wear it all the time. People love it. We're like, we are the tiny gods of thunder. It's amazing. Like, you can put 4 little people on stage with no makeup on, and you're never, ever going to get the reaction that you get when it's Mini Kiss. Because, everyone's in anticipation, the curtain's down, and ladies and gentlemen, Mini Kiss, the curtains goes up, and here's these 4 guys with makeup on and blasting. It's just, no, we love the makeup. People just give us so much more love and give us so much more positive attention,
And speaking of positive attention, the band themselves and other bands are known for some very appreciative fans, let's say, of the female persuasion. Do you guys get this perk of the job as well, or does it not filter down to the...
How about if I just take the 5th?
Perfect. That's...
He's not going to give us his kill count.
Fine. Just knowing that, that you're out there staying true to the band in all ways, shapes, and forms is enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As all rock stars should. Do you find that fans will come up to you and try to get into sort of deep cut, really super fan questions about the band and the music? Do you ever find yourself stumped at all? Or from living this life, are you pretty much up to speed on all things Kiss?
Pretty much educated on it. Yeah, I'm pretty damn educated on it.
From that perspective, I know you said you were a fan before you were in the band. Were you in the Army?
Of course.
Have you ever had to replace an Ace Frehley or anything like that?
Oh, just like the real Kiss. We've gone through several.
Wow. So how many original Mini Kiss members are still with the band?
1. Actually, 2. I could say 2, but they're not full time. Some have moved on. Some have actually passed on. And, we audition people. It's a grueling process. We have to make sure they're up to standard. And, just like Kiss. I mean, stuff happens, and sometimes someone's not happy, and then we just let them leave,
So there's a mini Catman sitting at home somewhere, kind of bitter.
Yeah, I have about 6 people on the bench dying to get on the road with us.
Oh, I bet.
No, I'm saying, like with little people, like, my other company is the Mini Acts and, elves, leprechauns, and stuff like that. And when they do Mini Kiss, again, they're treated like gods of thunder. They're treated like rock stars. So, what little person wouldn't want to be treated like that, instead of being laughed at or whatever, when we put on that makeup and everything, and we're on that stage, it's just a whole different world, it's a whole different mindset. We really are gods of thunder. Like I said, it's just amazing. So of course there's plenty of little people that would love to have the position of being a Mini Kiss.
For sure. And with your other business, with the other Mini People Entertainment that you work in, I know that there is a lot of situations like that aren't as positive, where they're put in a position that's not as positively reacted to. How do you deal with that? And how do the people, the entertainers that work for you, how do you have the confidence to get through that?
Oh, you get numb to it as you get older with it, and it's a payday and you do what you do. But I don't do anything to degrade us. I don't do dwarf tossing or wrestling. I don't do any of that stuff. I would never do that. We do like a mini bride and groom, or again, an elf or leprechaun. They want elves and leprechauns and all that stuff. So that's all good. That's still positive, but you can't compare it to Mini Kiss. It's just a whole different ballpark.
I don't even think a Tyrion Lannister would compare it to Mini Kiss. Mini Kiss is the greatest.
Thank you. I think so too. It is. It really, again, like we don't question it. We just go with it. We're like, this works, man. This is it. This is, we always do the photo op. I mean, the last photo op, this weekend, just passed, we had 2 hours of people online waiting for photos.
It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. And we don't charge. We just, we're just grateful that they actually paid for a ticket and came to see us.
Well, that speaks for itself. I feel like,
yes.
If you need any sort of reassurance or, like you said, the proof that this thing is working, that people respect you guys and love your stuff that much.
Absolutely, yeah.
Want to want to shake your hand and be like, hey, that was awesome.
Right. And the business end is, if there's 800 photos, that's 800 people putting Minikiss on social media for that day.
Amazing.
Yeah, very true.
There is a science behind that as well. It's like,
Definitely.
It pays itself off. I'm not going to charge you for a picture, but I know that's going to go on your Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, and that's just, free advertising for the band as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, we're never going to have the real Gene Simmons on this show, so I've got some questions that I'd like to ask you because I think you're going to be the closest we're going to get.
Okay.
Why don't you just tell Beth when you will have free time to talk instead of making her just call over and over again? Is it possible to text Dr. Love?
I guess.
What is the exchange rate for a deuce? It's like $1.50, something like that.
I think it's $1.50. Yeah.
Okay. Is it possible to shout it out quietly?
I don't think so.
All right. What time zone is cold gin time in? Is that Central and Mountain or Eastern
It's any
Standard?
time zone you're in. You could be in the twilight zone, bro. It's any time you're in.
See, that's
Now,
what I
if there is too much to lick up, would it be possible to maybe wet, dry, vac it up?
No, we always lick it up.
You always have to lick it up. Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah.
And it's funny, all these songs that you're saying are all on our set list, so that goes back to what I'm saying. We try to keep all the hits on there.
Perfect. So where do you guys go from here? You're doing shows all summer?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're going Friday. We're leaving for Colorado. We play Saturday. We come home on Sunday, and then Wednesday we have a private event, and then Friday we're doing a benefit. So, yeah, we just keep on trucking, man. We just keep getting on planes and trains, and this whole weekend was because we did West Virginia, then the next day we had to do Ohio. So we drove to West Virginia, 6 hours from New York. We did the show the next night. We left about 12 at night, got to Ohio 4 in the morning, woke up at 8 and it was crazy. And then driving home, it's a lot of traveling, it's layovers, it's cancellations. You got to deal with a lot of stuff. You got to, the toughest, I think the toughest part of this job would be the airlines.
Mm-hmm.
You're at gate 16. The last minute they change it to gate 25, and then it's delayed, and then it's canceled. You're stuck in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, oh God.
Do you wear your makeup on the plane ever?
No. But we always go to the airport with our Minikiss T-shirts and hats on, representing all the time.
That's perfect. What would you say of all these years doing this, is there any singular performance or singular experience where you met a fan that really stands out as the most impactful to you?
I'll never forget this one lady. She called us and she said that the blood got on her, her $2,000 jacket. We were like, are you kidding me? Who brings a $2,000 jacket to a concert anyhow? Yeah, she was trying to hustle us for like $2,000 for her jacket, which she never got. But it was really cool. On this gig, I told you, we drove to West Virginia, and we were almost there. We're on the highway, I think I-70, and it was this huge billboard, huge, Minikiss with our picture on it. We're like, nice. Wow, we're on a billboard on the highway, man.
Did you stop and get a picture?
Yeah, we had to get off, and there was no, you couldn't really stop. There was no lane to pull over, and there was 18 wheelers behind us. I said, I don't care. Hit the brakes, man. And we got our pictures. We took pictures of it. Absolutely, yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who may be looking to follow in your footsteps, not as Minikiss, but perhaps starting another mini band or launching a career in entertainment? What would you tell them?
In reality, a mini band is probably not going to make it. It's the makeup that makes us. It's the Kiss following. It's a cult following. As far as entertainment, follow your dream. Like, look at Peter Dinklage. I mean, the guy's worth millions. He does great movies. His parts are not ridiculing him at all. He's Game of Thrones. He's a professional actor. He has the respect. So follow your dream. Especially this day and age. People are, a little more open to it. They're a little more sensitive to it. And they're like, wow, hey, he's a great actor. So, if you're a little person, don't let anything or anybody get in your way. Just follow your dream. And whether it be playing guitar, playing drums, or you want to be an actor or an actress, You know, don't let your size, or, you know, even for people that are average size, don't let anything get in your way. Don't think you're not beautiful enough or you're not skinny enough. You know, just go for your dreams, man.
For more information on Mini Kiss, the hottest little band in the world, check out their website, minikisses.com. You can also follow them on Facebook, where they're at facebook.com/TheRealMiniKissBand.
You can check us out on all the various socials. Be sure to visit our website at rockandrollgradschool.com, and don't forget to leave us a review.
Today's show is produced by myself and Heidi Hedquist. Our reluctant producers are John Sauvé and Sandy Stone. Our willing producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thank you, good night, and may all your favorite bands stay together.